I mean, the pressure that and the emotions Tomlin and Rodgers must have been going through on the sideline watching that last drive. I mean, it starts off with the kick return, and you're going, oh, my gosh, they're one completion away. They're in field goal territory. Holy cow. Then the Steelers defense buckles up a little bit, and now you're going, oh, my gosh, are the Ravens not going to be able to get a first down at all? And then it's an incredible throw, or more of an incredible catch, a throw that was maybe not all that perfect, but a great catch by Isaiah Likely. And it just was amazing watching it all unfold and all the emotions I was going through as a viewer. I can't even imagine a guy like Rodgers who's going, wait, is this the last game of my career, and is it really going to end this way? Like, I'm going to walk off the field. I just yelled at my coaches. We went crazy. We blew timeouts. Yeah, we took the lead. But Lamar makes these plays down the stretch as I'm clutch down the stretch. Like, am I really done? My career's ending this way? I just can't imagine what he was going through in his mind. And you could see the relief, of course, when they missed the field goal because he was like, thank God, and gets another week to play.
The catch on fourth down by Isaiah Likely, I thought the ball had been knocked out.
Right.
I was surprised to see that he came down with it because you could see Jalen Ramsey coming up to hit it, and I thought he did hit it.
Yeah.
The play before that, though, I thought was even more impressive because it put them in position where they even had an opportunity to convert 4th and 7. Lamar Jackson was harassed, he was chased, and he was about to be sacked. And the athleticism he displayed in spinning out of that and getting rid of the ball and getting it past the line of scrimmage so it wasn't intentional grounding, because obviously if you're outside the pocket, all you have to do is get it to or beyond the line of scrimmage, and it's not intentional grounding. That was, I think, an underrated moment last night, maybe one of the most underrated moments last night, because it set the stage for the fourth down play. Now, let me ask you this question. They had the ball in position for the game-winning field goal, and they had one timeout left, and in lieu of trying to gain more yards, they took a 2-yard loss to get the ball into the middle of the field. Okay, I'm looking at it right here.
Right, okay.
1st and 10 on the 24 with 14 seconds left. They still had a timeout.
Right.
That's a 42-yard field goal.
Yeah.
They conceded 2 yards on a Lamar Jackson take a step back and line it up straight dead center.
Right.
Maybe they should have stayed on the left hash mark.
They might have gone right in.
Maybe should have stayed on the left hash mark. But why don't you try to gain a little more? I mean, we all know, especially in Pittsburgh, we know that these field goals aren't automatic.
Yeah.
Why don't you got enough time to run another play and a timeout. The Steelers have to defend the whole field.
Yeah, I get you. I think it goes into the logic of this, because you talk about it all the time. These kickers are so good now. What's the difference between 42 and 45? They look at it, I think a lot of the times go, we'll sacrifice 2 yards to have the angle that our kicker feels most comfortable with. I think that's really what it comes down to. I hear you doing all that too, but at the same time, the game was so freaking crazy. Maybe they're a little bit like, let's not fumble. Let's not try to do anything. We've seen us mess up some situations. Derrick Henry fumbled in Buffalo week 1. Let's just get here. Our guy's been pretty automatic. So what? We sacrificed 2 yards. He wants it down the middle. And, of course, it didn't execute the right way. But I'm not going to sit here and nitpick about that one.
Well, I'm not nitpicking. Yeah. I'm just saying there's an alternate universe where they take advantage of the fact that they have 14 seconds left and a timeout, and they continue to be aggressive. And maybe you pop Zay Flowers behind the line of scrimmage again, wide-ass open.
Yeah.
Maybe they're so determined to try to keep it from being – I don't know. I just think it's a –
The risk isn't worth the reward there, I don't think, totally.
But just think about that. You don't have this opportunity very frequently where you know – you got a timeout, you're 24 yards from the end zone, and the Steelers' defense, which has shown inability to defend the whole field all night long, has to defend the whole field. Forget about the sideline. You can go to the end zone. You can go down the middle of the field. I just think that for a guy who was a special teams coach for a long time, he has to understand the closer you get the kick, the more likely it is you're going to make it. Hey, look at what happened. It didn't matter because the San Francisco offense couldn't move the ball. But somebody texted me in real time as it was happening on Saturday night. It's like, why did the Seahawks take a delay of game and push their field goal before the kick was clanged?
Right.
Why don't you just take a timeout there and keep the kick 5 yards closer?
Right.
Like every yard counts, every inch counts, and there's rarely a kick that would have been good if it was farther back. If anything, it's going to be more likely to be good if it's closer. So I just think that's an interesting decision to settle for What was a 44-yard try? We act like these, like when I was a kid,
Well,
44
we do act
yards
like you
is
say
a
it all the
wing and
time.
a prayer.
Though. You say it all the time. It's he's got 50 yards. It's automatic. It's 50 yards. It's automatic.
Not in
50
Pittsburgh.
yards. Well,
Not when
I
they
know.
put holy water in that
Well,
end zone.
I know, but it's. I think more bad stuff can happen. And again, they're not going to get some of those looks that you saw them make the big pass play. The Steelers aren't worried about the run. It's not. They're not in the middle of the field, so they don't have as much to defend behind them. I think you're playing with fire if you're trying to do anything aggressive. Maybe if you wanted to run the ball up the middle and get a few more yards there. But I think the general thought throughout the NFL there within that is, wait, 42 or 44 this day and age is nothing. It's all about the angle. And I don't have any problem with the management of that situation there. I don't.
The only problem I have with it is he missed the kick.
Well, I hear you.
So
But
if you make the kick,
now-
it's a hell of a decision.
Now, let's talk about one other thing that was an amazing part of the football game. Another part where you went, man, this must just not be Pittsburgh's night. The play at the end of the first half. That was another moment
my
where you were
God.
like, I guess Pittsburgh just can't make it happen, right? They get the pass interference late in the second quarter, and I'm sitting here going, oh, I don't know if that's a good thing. I'm literally like, just kick the field goal. Just kick the field goal. Because once they get the ball at the 1 yard line, I understand. You have to go for it. I have no problem with the decision, right? I get that. But at the same time, this is what's scary. People think, oh, yeah, we're just running in from the 1. I make fun of this all the time. And coaches, we're just running in from it ain't that easy to run it from the 1 anymore. Have you seen an NFL defensive tackle? Well, I have, and I'm just telling you, they're gigantic. And just to say we're going to run up the middle on those guys, it doesn't happen that easily. So they said, the hell with that. Let's pitch it out on the edge. But Jason Garrett said it the right way at halftime. They can't run that play when the defense lines up like that. They had too many people outside. But regardless, just another obstacle the Steelers had to overcome, where that was a moment of the game there late in the second quarter. You started to go, the Steelers are out hitting the Ravens. The Steelers are winning the physical battle here. Like, the Steelers look like they're starting to control the game. Are the Steelers going to score a touchdown here and then get the ball in the third quarter and really start to run away with this, or start to really take control of the game? And, of course, they come away with nothing there, and you start to go, wow, that was a big moment. I mean, man, they didn't capitalize, and you felt like just things were going the Ravens' way for the better part of the night.
And the fact that the Steelers were able to reverse that when you go into the locker room for halftime, like, hey, they had their shot, they blew it. This is the Ravens' night. This is the Ravens' night. And then it's so hard, I think, to change that momentum when you feel like everything is lining up against you.
That's where the culture and Mike Tomlin and the toughness and
holy
I give him
water.
credit for
The holy
it.
water made a difference.
Or maybe that too. Yeah.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.